Some might say that I'm a loner, but I just call it being free. I am my heart's only owner, or at least I used to be. 'Cause now a wildfire is raging deep inside.
Hey everyone, I'm Calvin with Southern Country Living.
And I'm Marie.
We hope everyone is having a fantastic day. Here in northwest Georgia, it's starting to get to be winter time. As we look outside, all the leaves are falling off the trees and the wind's blowing, and it won't be long, it'll be winter time. But right now we're just enjoying some real good fall weather. And for today, Marie and I, we have a plan. This was Marie's plan, and she messed up and broke her arm. And so she wants me to do it for her. But we're going to use 3 crock pots. This is our Pioneer Woman crock pot. You see it on a lot of our videos. We've got this crock pot over here. It's just a generic brand. I think we've had it for a couple of years, but we've only used it one time, haven't we?
Right.
And then we got this old Hamilton Beach. This was our favorite crock pot before we got the Pioneer Woman. And we still got one more out there in the pantry. But we're going to use all 3 of these crock pots today, and we're going to be doing some freezer prepping for some meals that we can have during the winter time. Marie, you explain to them why we're wanting to do this and the benefits.
Primarily, we want to have meals that if we're having a sick day or something, we'll be able to fall back on it.
Right.
And also, we found out that a lot of canned goods has wheat in it or gluten. And so we're making, we've checked all of these and they're fine. And so we're wanting to make some gluten-free soup.
Yeah, I was really shocked when I went out in our freezer or in our pantry, because we've got so many cans of canned soups and chilies, and every one of them has got gluten in it in one form or the other.
Right.
And so we talked about it, and the only way to really have good, clean, healthy eating is going to have to make it almost from scratch.
Right.
But I did check every one of these cans that we're going to be using today, and there's no gluten in any of those. The broth we're using is going to be gluten-free, and as far as I know, everything we're using is gluten-free. So we're going to get started first. The first recipe I'm going to mix up is crock pot chicken and rice, and I'm going to be using 2 cans. This is the Great Value brand chicken breast meat, and we've got quite a few of these out there on our pantry shelves. And I'm just going to put the juice and all in there.
And I'm going to get out of the picture so Calvin can have plenty of room to work. You know.
Okay. Well, thank you, Marie.
Well, I would be helping you, but I wouldn't be very much help.
That's okay. When this gets done, Marie,
I'll do
later
a
this
taste
evening,
test.
I'll let you do a little taste test on everything.
Yeah.
And I do need your mic.
Okay. Yeah, because y'all would be hearing everything I'm doing back in the other part of the house.
Yeah, you'll be back there reading the Bible and they'll be hearing you. Okay, let me open up the next can here. Okay, and I'm going to take a fork, and these bigger chunks, I'll break them up just a little bit. If you've never used the canned chicken before, you'd be amazed at all the good recipes you can make with canned chicken. And one of my favorites is a chicken salad. I'll go out there and get a can of this and open it up and just make one chicken salad real quick. It's just so nice. And I'll put all the recipes in the description below so that you'll be able to see everything that we're doing today. Okay, next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and put the celery and carrots in there. So let me start cutting up the carrots first. And on my carrots, I like to cut them up pretty small. I don't want big chunks in it. Okay, so that's my carrots in the soup. And now I'm going to do my celery. And same thing, I like to cut it pretty small. There's my celery. Okay, next I'm going to dice up my onion, and I definitely want to get this diced as small as I can. I do not like big chunks of onion, especially in chicken soup. Okay, so that got my onion diced up. Okay, I'm gonna add 4 cups of chicken broth to it. And then I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of butter to it. And then I'm going to add, this is some salt and pepper and parsley flakes. And I'm just going to sprinkle that in. And then I'm going to add 1 cup of rice. Now, if you was cooking this on the oven, you could wait and add your rice to it, you know, maybe 5 or 10 minutes before it's done. But since I'm doing it in the crock pot, I'm going to go ahead and add the cup of rice to it now. Okay, get this all mixed up nice. Okay, I'm going to put the lid on it, and this is ready to start cooking. You can either cook it for 3 hours on high, or you can cook it for 5 or 6 hours on low. And so I'm probably going to cook mine a combination. I'll probably start it on high and let it cook for an hour to get it good and hot, and then cook it on low for about 4 more hours. But I'm going to set this to the side and get my next crock pot over here and get set up. We'll do the next recipe next. Okay, I'm back, everyone. The first pot was chicken and rice soup, and this pot is going to be beef vegetable soup. And I'm going to go ahead and spray the inside of the crock pot first. And for the beef, I'm going to be using the Keystone canned beef, and we absolutely love this. The only ingredients in this can is beef and sea salt. And because it does have salt already, I'm not going to add any extra salt to our recipe. But let me get this one opened up first. And I'll go ahead and I'll add the beef and the fat, the grease, everything in here to it. And I'll take my fork and break up some of the bigger chunks just to be sure there's no real big chunks in here. Now you could make this soup with ground beef or with beef stew mix, either one. But I've got quite a few cans of this sitting out there on our pantry, and this is good practice for how to use it when you get ready to, if you ever have to do it in a prepping situation. Next thing I'm going to add to it is 1 can of beef broth, and this is gluten-free beef broth. Okay, next I'm going to add 1 can of diced tomatoes. And these tomatoes, they do have the basil, garlic, and oregano in the can, so that helps flavor the soup. And then the last ingredient I'm going to add is a can of tomato sauce. And this is sort of optional. You don't absolutely have to. But I'm doing this in place of adding tomato juice. You can add this or you can add tomato juice, either one. So this is 1 can of tomato sauce. Okay, next I'm going to go ahead and chop up my vegetables to go in it. And I'll do the onion first. And I will make these slices of onion a little bit bigger. Okay, there's my onion. Next, I'll do my celery. Okay, that's all my celery. Next, I'll do my carrots. And same thing, I'm gonna make them bigger. All my vegetables I'm making just a little bigger than I do with the chicken soup. Okay, there's my carrots. And next, I'm gonna do my potatoes. I've had these soaking in water so they wouldn't turn too brown. Okay, so they got all my vegetables in the pot. And next thing I'm gonna add to it is I'm gonna go ahead and add 1 extra cup of water to it. And I'm gonna add about a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. And I'm not gonna measure, I'm just gonna put some in. And then I'm gonna add some extra black pepper to it. Okay, get this all mixed up here real good. And that looks great, and it does smell great too. Okay, so that got the beef vegetable soup ready. Go ahead and put the lid on there. And I'll cook this one probably for the full 6 hours on low on this one. So let me set this to the side and I'll get the next crock pot over here and we'll get started on it. I think this is my biggest crock pot that we have, but it's really been a good one. Okay, be back with you in just a few minutes. Okay, everyone, I'm back, and on this crock pot here, we're going to be making chili, and we're going to be making one of my favorite recipes for chili, and it does require 1 pound of ground beef, and so I'm going to go ahead and put this in the skillet over here and get it browned up first. And after I get it browned, I'll be back with you and we'll start cutting vegetables and adding everything to it. Okay, everyone, I'm back, and I've got everything set up here. The ground beef is already browned. Next, I'm going to go ahead and spray the crock pot. And first thing I'm going to add to it is the Keystone beef, and this is 1 can. These are the 28-ounce cans, and on this one, it had a little more fat on top, so I got that extra fat off as much as I could. There's still a little bit of fat down inside of it, but we'll deal with that. And let me break this up just a little. Okay, next I'll add my ground beef to it. And this is 1 pound of ground beef. Okay, now I'm going to start adding my other ingredients. I'm going to put in 2 cans of these chili beans, and I like using these because they've already got that chili seasoning taste to them. Okay, that's 1 can. Here's the second can. We used to make this chili all the time when our kids was young, and we'd fill this crock pot completely full, and believe me, it all got ate. Okay, I'm gonna add 1 can of the dark red kidney beans to it, and I did rinse these off. And then I'm gonna add 2 cans of diced tomatoes. And then I'm going to add 1 can of Mexicorn. And then I'm going to add 1 can of tomato sauce. Now the tomato sauce is optional, but I like putting it in there. Okay, I'm going to add 2 cups of water. You could add less water if you want it to be a real thick chili, but this is about how we usually like ours. Let me just give it a quick mix up here. Okay, that looks great. Okay, next I'm going to add my vegetables to it, and I'll start with this onion first. And this is a small onion, but I'll go ahead and put it all in there. Okay, that's my onion. And next I'm gonna put 1/2 of a red bell pepper and 1/2 of a green bell pepper. And the reason I'm doing that, I'm gonna save the other half of the bell pepper to put in another recipe. Okay, and I did cut it and get the seeds out. Okay, that was my peppers. And now I'm going to put my seasoning in. And I'm using a recipe for homemade seasoning that I make myself. And I will list that in the description below. But let me pour this all in. Get this all mixed up real good. Sure does smell good, and this is making a lot of chili, so we get quite a few meals off of this chili. But chili is one of the things that I love, and I was so disappointed when my favorite chili, the one that I usually buy from Walmart's, I found out it had gluten in it, and that just disappointed me so bad. But I love this even better, but you just got to do the work to make it. And by us getting it prepped and frozen and put in the freezer, anytime I want a bowl of chili, I can just go in there and get it out and enjoy it. Okay, that looks real good there. Okay, put the lid on this one. I'm going to wipe this off. I got a little bit on the edges. Okay, so we got the lid on there. I'm going to let this one cook for 6 hours on low. So all of them's going to cook for 6 hours except for the chicken, and probably only going to cook it for about 4. So I'm going to get all these started, and I'll be back with you later this afternoon, and I'll show you how I'm going to prep these up and put them in the freezer. So I'll be back in just a little while. Okay, everyone, I'm back. It's really been a long day, but I have really enjoyed smelling this food cooking today, and I know that Maria and I are going to thoroughly enjoy it. Just look how good that chili looks there. That is awesome. Okay, still pretty hot, so I'm going to show you what I'm going to do, and then I'll do it all off camera and show you how it all turns out at the very, very end. But we're going to take these containers, and these are made for the freezer, and I'm going to put about 3 scoops in each container of chili. There's 2, 1 more here. Don't want to get too full because I don't want it to overflow. But there's the chili, and I'm going to set that on lightly right now. And then I'm going to put some chicken and rice soup in this one. Okay, this is the chicken and rice soup, and it just looks fantastic. We're going to really enjoy this. Okay, so let me put some of this soup in here. I'm not sure how many containers we'll get total until I get finished with it, but it's going to make quite a bit of soup. Okay. Okay, there's the chicken and rice, and I'll put that lid on. And then this one's going to be for the vegetable beef soup. Just look there how good that looks. And just look at those nice big pretty chunks of beef in there. That's going to be some really good soup. Looks great. Okay, now on the vegetable beef soup here, this crock pot didn't seem to be cooking as hot as the others did, and so this may not be quite as done. We'll do a taste test on it and see. It's definitely hot though. Okay, so there's my vegetable beef. I'll leave these lids off just for a minute. And so what we're going to do, I'll put all the soup in these containers, and then I'm going to use this white freezer tape, and I'll write on what each one of them is and the date, and label every one of them so that we'll know exactly what we got. Okay, for right now, I'm going to use these little white bowls, and I'm going to get Marie to come in here in just a minute. We're going to do a taste test. There's our chili. There's a chicken and rice soup. And there's some of the vegetable beef soup. So let me go in there and get Marie, and I'll get her to come in here, and we'll do a taste test on all three of these and see which one we like the best today. Okay, I'm back, and Marie's in here with me. Marie, we got 3 bowls here. Now this one here is the beef vegetable soup, and it may not be completely done. So I'm going to let you be the judge, but if it's not done, all I got to do is turn it on for a little bit longer, okay? But I'll let you do taste test first. If you want to, try the chili.
Okay. That's very good. Well, I didn't mean to do that, but it's not easy to do.
It's okay, you're left-handed.
No, I'm not left-handed, but I'm having to use my left hand. It's very good.
Let me get a taste of it now. That's a big bite there.
Maybe just a little more salt, right?
A little more salt. It might could use a little more salt. I didn't add any salt to it because I just used the salt that was in the beef on this.
Oh, okay.
One more bite.
It's delicious, though. You could just take the salt shaker and salt it, and it'd be just perfect, wouldn't it?
Very good, yes.
Let's get that off of our tablecloth.
I'm going to use the same spoon to taste of the chicken and rice soup next.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't want our tablecloth to get too dirty. Okay, let's try the chicken and rice next.
Okay.
You want me to wipe your spoon off for you? Wait a minute. Okay.
Okay.
I think chicken and rice is one of my favorite soups when I'm sick.
Well, I really can't do the best, but that's very delicious.
Okay, I got a big piece of chicken in mine. Let's see how we like it.
It's very good, isn't it?
Perfect, yeah. That's real good. You want to wipe your spoon off, and we'll try the beef soup. Okay. Now this is one that may not be completely done because that crock pot didn't seem to be cooking as hot as the other two.
It's very good.
Does it seem like it's done enough? It does? Well, that's good. I'm going to get a piece of the potato here and the carrot. Okay, let's see what we got. Oh, yeah, it's done.
Yeah. Out of all 3 of these, think that my favorite one is this one.
The vegetable beef.
Yep.
Well, my favorite today is going to be the chicken and rice. And of course, I love all three of them, so it's not going to be a problem.
Yes, they're all delicious. I'll have no trouble at all eating these.
Okay, I hope you enjoyed watching this. Now, I'm going to let this cool for maybe about 30 minutes to an hour. Then I'm going to take the time and put all of it in these plastic containers. When I get through, I'll take a picture and show you what we ended up with and let you know how much soup it ends up making that we can put in our freezer. Does that sound good, Marie?
Sounds great.
That was the purpose of this whole video, was to be able to make some meals that we could prep and put in our freezer for when we need them this winter.
And also, Calvin is gluten-free.
Yeah.
And so that was the purpose too.
That's the purpose too, yeah. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed watching this. And so, like I said, as soon as this cools down, I'll put everything in the containers and get it set up and let you know how many containers it ends up making. But Marie, I'll let you go ahead and close this video out while you're in here. And then we'll, which one you want to have for supper tonight?
I want this one.
You want this one for supper? Okay. Okay, well, I'll probably pick chicken and rice.
Okay.
But let you go ahead and close it, and then later on I'll finish this up and take pictures of it then.
Okay, so do what you love and love what you do, and we'll see you on the next video. And I hope you enjoyed coming along with us today, and this is how we make easy prepper meals. So we'll see you on the next video. Bye.
Okay, everyone, I got everything prepped up. We've got 2 large containers of chili here, and we'll get these out when we know we're going to have someone over besides just Marie and myself. And then on the small ones, we got 4 small chilies. On the chicken and rice, we got 5 chicken and rice. And on beef vegetable soup, we got 7 of those. And so that's 7, 5, 12, 16, 17. I made 18 meals, plus we had a meal tonight. So we got 19 meals out of what I cooked today. And I'm going to let these cool for just a little while longer. And when they get cool to the right temperature, I'll stick them in the freezer, and they'll be right there ready to use whenever we get ready to eat them. Hope you enjoyed this video. Bye.
Welcome to Southern Country Living, where Calvin and Marie's love is always given. Cooking up a storm, sharing their life. Do what you love what you do. That's their advice. Down in the South, where the living is sweet, come on in, take a seat. We'll show you how to cook with love and live a life that you're proud of.